Something. I'm pretty much spent almost the whole night um, trying to go and design and create, trying to make some different designs in the shirts and all the stuff like that. At the same time, while doing it, I'm watching some videos on China and Japan, life in China, life in Japan. You know, we watch videos of also other countries from other people on YouTube in particular. Um, a lot of, I say influences because, you know, we get a lot of information from them. And it's so interesting to see how life is so different just by a couple hundreds of miles away, depending on, you know, where we live. And it's like, it's amazing. It's amazing. I especially like to see life in, well, not saying necessarily life in Japan, but I like Japanese um, type products and type things, just as a preference. I mean, that's only because what I'm familiar with so far. I mean, I've seen most of my clothes and stuff where it's like made in China. But that particular society and culture, I always think about them for some reason. Because to me, it's like, I think they've been through a devastating blow. Are there any countries in the world whereby someone has dropped such a devastating piece of, you know what I'm talking about, right? Hiroshima and Nagasaki, a devastating blow to them and to their society. How much lasting effect does that have? At the same time, people say, well, what about Pearl Harbor and all the other stuff and all the other wars? And we have to ask the question, what about all the other wars in general too? All those wars have been through all the different things. You know, if you look at the videos and all the stuff, there's a pattern that I'm trying to get at, and I think you guys see it. Now we have physical wars of countries battling and attacking each other and trying to see for dominance, whether it's to, you know, as I said, colonialism and all the other stuff they had back then. Always some isms, but overall, it still comes down to the fact of it's human to human relations, human to human perseverance, human to human love, human to human compassion, and I do not have any dislike for any country or culture. I question a lot of things in some of them. I appreciate a lot of things in almost all of them. And I'll just say, let's talk about this. One thing I appreciate is their individuality, their uniqueness, their distinctness, because it always amazes me to see that we all come from the same say ancestors or beginnings. You know, as God created us in Garden of Eden. So you say from, you know, from beliefs wise, and at the same time, look how different we are just by different geography, different space. We're so different, and I'm like, that is absolutely amazing. You know, as how you see the expression of, you know, of the cats, you know, and all the pets and stuff we have, like dogs and puppies. I mean, people say, yeah, they breed them and all this stuff, you know, and they make them a certain way. But also, humans too. Look at it when I saw the name for it, they called, I think for the humans mixed together, it's called, I mean, not humans, but interracial things are called Hafu. Hafu. In Japan. Hafu. How does this sound? I must say Hafu, Hafu. I love the way they speak. I like the sound of it. It's weird. I'm from the Caribbean, but I like to hear the way Japanese people speak. It sounds so energetic, so passionate. There's so much energy in it. Maybe from watching too much anime, you know, that's what I get, right? I just, you know, maybe. But even just the anime, the distinction, the drawings and stuff. You know, it's like I like Mars, the cars, Mars, the vehicles, right? And it's like, why? From the Caribbean, I'm just here at this point in my life saying I like some stuff from Japan, Japanese products and stuff. And knowing the history, and not knowing the history, I'm learning the history and all this stuff. But not only Japan, I like China too. I like America, I like Russia, I like the stuff I see so far. I see in other countries like Yemen, Libya, Middle East, Far East, Near East. I mean, I like a lot of things. Philippines, I mean, the Caribbean. I like a lot of things from seeing a lot of countries. And I'm asking to see more. I actually want to see more. The biggest thing I was saying before in terms of positives is that it's so amazing to be living in America, driving in Japanese type cars or European type vehicles and stuff. You know, yeah, I like Germany and Europe and all these places too. At the same time, I like preferences. I like non-city dwelling. I like country. That's just me personally. I like country just because not as much noise, not as much congestion. And even if you do have a city, I love to see the skyscrapers and the big buildings. They look so nice, you know. But after a while, they get kind of crowded out like this, right? Where it's just an influx of people. And many people say they like it for the convenience and the versatility. And that's fair, that's understandable, because everybody's different, you know? But it's like, for me personally, I like the variety of being able to go in and come out when I'm done. I don't need to be there. And there should be nothing wrong with everyone having their own specifics, or their own specialties, or their own niche, or whatever they like, whatever preference they have in that regard. I don't see anything wrong with someone saying they want to live in a city, I want to live in a country. I mean, according to the Bible, it says best to go to country living because of there's things that may happen in cities. Cities are more prone to lockdowns and implemented measures of crime and other things happening there. Yet societies like Japan and other countries, they hardly have no crime or not. And then I look at areas like I see by Drew Binsky's videos of different areas in the Middle East and stuff, whereby it's like they work together so well. And at the same time, I see other parts of society, and like in Saudi Arabia and stuff, or in other countries, I see that women are not being given that much freedoms to do and be women, to have the education and the freedom that they need. Now, Saudi Arabia said they've made some changes and stuff like that, and I can't speak on behalf of them. I don't speak words of I speak only words of my own. I'm just saying everyone, everywhere should be given equal opportunity to be who they are. Everyone around the world should be given afforded the same amount of recognition and freedom to be as who they are lovingly, and they're not in a sense that to be free to drive, to eat food, to go place to work, to job, but not be overworked, or not be used, manipulated, or punished for just speaking their mind and saying that they have a question or they may differ or dissent with the general, or to say the popular themes or norms. I watched this stuff. I was watching especially last night. I think it's called it's supposed to be, I think it's called Deciphering Japan. Very nice presenter. I like the way she did it. Very straightforward. She asked a question. She participated in the events. Gotta get her name. Maybe I'll put it up here. It was so nice. That it's like she went and tried a different society, from looking from the young to the old and different industries and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's what we need to see. I was waiting for something. I've been searching for something like that, to see how life is different in that area, even up until now. And the things I saw, a lot of things about generations, a lot of things about people feeling valued, things about suicide, things about working to the bone. Like there come some countries where they're working themselves to the bone and suiciding themselves because they're feeling the need to work and do more. Cat is running back and forth. I wonder where she's running from. She's just doing her own thing. But they're harming themselves by working to the bone and not resting. This is why I say you put the Bibles and stuff together and say, Lord, now I've read these things since back then. Now I'm looking at it in my own present particular point in time and saying, what have I seen? What have I been observing? And this is just my little limited perspective. I have not seen everywhere, every part of it. I only see what the videos do. That's why sometimes I love to travel and go there myself. Like this little cat hiding inside hide the thing now, right? The question is, what are the experiences like? Why are people harming themselves? Why are people feeling the need to work themselves to the bone and to the death like that? Why are companies, even like they said black companies, they call it, the term we use for it, not necessarily you look black, black means bad, because you put it into monetary sense, black is good, right? You don't want to be in the red, right? So black is beautiful, it's the same. But at the same time, those companies that want to work you and abuse the privilege of abuse their workers, to work them so hard to the ground, whereby the workers feel suicidal, they feel like they can't miss a day, they must get vacation, they must not take vacation, they must not take any time off, they must work so much hours of overtime. Why? Who do they have to prove this to? Remember growing up, they used to always tell us, go to school and study hard, you got to compete with China and all these other people. Like, why? Why can't I just compete with myself to be a better me? Why do I have to be a better you? And why do you have to be a better me? We can be like each other. We can have differences and strengths together, and we can share, and we can explain, and we can debate things and have fun. But the whole principle should be to have fun. Listen, we cannot turn back the clock. The time that's spent doing something is time you better make sure it's worthwhile, because you cannot turn back the clock. So I'd rather take the time. This cat is funny. You gave her a bowl of water. She didn't want the water, but she wanted the water drips on top of the containers. I use this extra rain barrels to trap extra water. It's so interesting. Kitty, you like that one better? I guess it's fresh rain from last night. But like, just thinking of something like that. Fresh rain. Why can't... It hurts. It hurts to kind of see these things, because I'm like, we're living in this time here We have a limited time span in this life here. The Bible tells 70. That's about to say 70. Each score is 20 years. We have a limited time to live. Why do we want to spend it working ourselves to death as opposed to being, say, like I tell you, say dying to live? Why can't we just trying to find every opportunity to live better? Now, I don't know what you may be thinking, anybody else. I just think it's kind of sad to see people work from since young so hard to then not even be able to live and achieve it and enjoy it. What's the life expectancy? I hope it's good, because there's nothing wrong with work. Work is okay. Work is fun. Work, I mean, not fun necessarily, but it should be fun. Nothing wrong with work, and hard work is a good thing. Exercise, physical labor is a good thing. I see this guy doing construction work here, thing here, garden, landscaping, things, hospital work, medical. Work is good. We need to get up and move, and that's the good thing. That's the benefit of health by doing those things. We get our bodies moving. We don't get stagnant. Blood moves and stuff like that, and become more flexible. We can do good things. But the fact that people can work and not be happy doing it, that's the part that's sad. So you see the video I was saying before of like, what is the best job? The best job should be where you should be able to work, do what you're doing, and get paid sufficiently to be able to have a livelihood where you can earn and not be begging. You don't have to be like say dependent upon others. This other bits like say needing extra supplemental income and stuff. One job, one thing. And they say the Japanese people, they work as if they're going into work one occupation for life or one thing for life. And I'm like, wow. And sometimes it's like they live for the company and they die in the same company. It wouldn't be wrong to work and live in that capacity. I don't want to think about that. To live in capacity for one company. If it's an equal match, like a marriage, you must be able to share and be able to exchange ideas and to have fun. It must be fun or it's not worth it. I don't ever want to work for someplace where I'm not having joy doing it. And these companies should not be given the leeway to do this and to exact so much from the employees, and the employees not getting the benefits of it. Mr. Employee, if you make a lot, give back to the employees who help you to make it. If you have the capacity and the means, help each other. Listen, you don't want to go into the judgment or have to go later on and the afterlife. After judgment comes to God, and to say you could have given better help and care and love to your fellow employees and workers, brothers and sisters, and you chose not to because of greed or thing. What are you going to do with the money? You're going to hold on to it? For how long? You're going to pass it on to your generation, your kids, your children? Suppose you have no children. Suppose you have no kids. But what are you going to do with it? We cannot take anything with us in that battle. Nothing can go with us. So why are we trying to harbor it and hold on to it like if it's life? Money is not life. Money is a vehicle. People are life. People are the vehicles as well. That's the treasure in heaven, the people. So why some people act like it's like, if I have no money, I have no voice. Or if I have enough money, I have a bigger voice. And then if they move to that, then they get weapons. But again, you can't get weapons without money. Like those high-class military weapons. But what if that money they use for the weapons and for making those weapons of mass destruction, weapons of killing and wars and stuff, could be used to be weapons to build up society, build more bridges and take care of more school and tuitions and pay for more, educational stuff. To expand, to let people get more space. There's a lot more space on the earth than people occupy. Literally. There's a lot of space on this earth still that people can occupy and go and live. If we can all spread out around the world, still leaving places of parks and recreational places to enjoy and live and enjoy life, they can still do that. So for anybody thinking they should got to limit this or limit that because of, limit population-wise because of, don't tamper with things that God didn't ask you to tamper with. Never tamper with forces beyond our control. We should never tamper with what's not broken. God said be fruitful and multiply. We should be obedient to God, not to man. Yes, God said count the cost before you start to build. That's why it's up to the individual to make that decision. Why should someone sitting behind some desk or some board or some laptop or some computer be the one to tell me what I should or cannot do? They can manipulate and monitor their own lives, so why do they have to try to monitor and manipulate mine? Well, because they're the ones that give you the job, they're the ones that have the financial backing, so I need to follow what they say. But it should be hey, we work together. You have a certain job or a certain assignment that you need to get done. We're going to work together to get it done. You want to make a call? We're going to get the assembly line together. Everybody come collaborate, put your effort and energy together, make a good car. One that's reliable and dependable and everyone can enjoy and drive and go travel and enjoy places. But why do you have to grind the people to the ground just to make a profit? Some places, they really do it differently. I pray to God to be able to have a chance to be able to do it much differently in a much more positive way, whereby you can give back to the people as we get, as God gives us. Let's give back to the people, because it's not fair. There's only so much to be enjoyed by one person. You can have too much money, you could be to your own hurt. You can have too much stuff, and money. I don't only keep talking about money per se, but you can have all the land in the world, and then what about the people are starving or have no land for themselves? And I'm trying to get myself all entangled here. What if people have no land for themselves? How much fun? How much enjoyment can you be? How can I sit there and say I'm happy and be at peace? My brother, sister's hungry and starving next door or across the street, or even like a town or two away. At the same time, I say this: please remember the people of Libya and Morocco and all these places where the disasters have happened, earthquakes and flooding. Man, every time I look at it, the death toll keep rising, and I can't find the people. It's amazing. We're very fortunate and lucky to be able to be here at peace, to be able to make a video, to sit here, to talk and stuff like that. But those things I keep it in mind. I don't take it for granted. Every opportunity I'm here to be alive here and to be able to talk to you, or to be able to just to get up in the morning to make a video or something, it's a chance of life. It's a chance of living. Some people went to sleep and didn't wake up this morning. Some of them may not make it through the rest of the day. If life is so brief and and so final, what do I need to do with my time? What should we be doing with our time? I look at these little creatures here. They're so small. Kitty. They're so small. And so delicate. And at the same time, they have their time and their purpose too. She probably wants food. I know you want food. She's been up all night. I think she needs to sleep. We have a limited time here. We gotta make this count. We gotta make those people happy. So I want to see people in Japan happier. I want to see people in China happier. All these other countries, South Korea in particular, I'm watching. I keep hearing about South Korea and North Korea, and then especially about the elderly and older people. We gotta take care of elders. We gotta take care of the elderly and the elders. We gotta take care of the children. We gotta take care of everybody, young adults, old adults, middle adults, students, children. And the last couple of years have been devastating to people's psyche, to people's livelihood and people's lives. People have been suicidal. People have been traumatized. People have been hurt. People have been isolated, lonely, fighting. That's why I started making these videos in particular, to kind of tell people, listen, don't give in. No, don't give in. Don't give in. Never give in. Don't give up. Not now. Not ever. No. The human spirit is that strong enough that tells you we shall never bow. We shall never give in. Never. Okay? Do not ever give in. Never, never, never. Okay? You cannot. And you have to mentally tell yourself, you got to keep going. You got to keep pushing on. You got to stray. You got to stay strong. You can't stray from the path and thinking, well, it's too much, too hard. It's too hard. And listen, if it was too hard, you think people would have gone and explored these countries and made these things the way they are? Remember before they had roads and highways, how they had to go by horse and buggy, or maybe by foot? Look how much we have done as a society. Look how much we have done as a community. Look how much things have happened. Look how much they've made things better. Look at the innovation and the creativity. Look at the stuff they're making still. We cannot take this for granted. We cannot just look at it and say, that's old stuff already. If it's old stuff, then that means something better is coming as new, right? Let's make it better. Let's make it nicer. We can do it by the grace of God. But we should not replace God with those things. That's one thing we have to be very careful of. When we start to put those things before us and become like idols to ourselves, we then take our eyes off God, the Creator, and then we lose our way, and then we end up in trouble. And these are eggplants. This is the big eggplant tree. It is made. Look, hi, little bee, ladybug. Little bee, ladybug. Yeah, maybe I should have slept last night. So look at it. From one eggplant planted, and there's a frog hiding inside there. From one eggplant planted, we got a tree that has made many more eggplants that we use for food and stuff now. Look at this thing here. We water, we nurture, we do what we can to it. But again, God is the one that does all the working with it. God does it, You want to see what's going on? I know you're precious, huh? And here, look at this. Yeah, look. I planted these seeds I planted this thing on the ground here. This thing here, not the cat's butt, but I planted this thing. I just planted some stuff, the debris from the food we ate under the ground. And look, a seed comes up. It's just amazing. It's just, there's so much life and creativity that's built into the natural order of things in the ground. It couldn't have happened by accident. It couldn't have happened by just random evolution, some random chaotic thing that come to get such beautiful order and beauty from something as this. Look, I'm talking to you from the backyard and garden. You see how many beautiful places they have in this world? Still, we haven't touched it. Anything we haven't seen. We haven't even explored the underground, the depths on oceans yet. So why do you think it's over? Listen, God has put so much stuff on this planet. We will never get tired of finding up new things. My glasses was all cloudy and messed up, so I gotta get these things clean. But I'm just letting you guys know. We have just scratched the surface. We can do a lot more. We want to see people more happy and more vibrant. So please, Japan and these countries that are doing this stuff, do not work yourselves to the death. Please. Take a break. Take a time. Take a Shabbat. Take a Sabbath time. Give yourself a rest. 6 days labor, 7 to rest. But don't kill yourself doing OT and stuff for who? Who we going to do it for? Who we leaving it behind for? You know? We do all this work and then later on we get sick, we die, we get old, and somebody else takes it over. So what's the purpose in all of it then? Didn't God said in the book of Proverbs, all of it is vanity, vanity. We do all these things thinking we're going to leave what, a legacy or heritage or leave a record or some kind of accolades that will not be erased or achieved or forgotten. Legacy, some things hopefully will be remembered. But even the greatest of them all have already gone past and their time is past. What legacy will last is the only one that's written in the books of heaven. Because think about it. Is anybody here that's here from like 1,000 years ago that have lived and made the best cars, best shoes, best things, best planes, best stuff, what they thought was the best at that time, and their time is come and gone. And our time too, if God permits more time to go on like this, will come and go too. So all we have to say, knowing that we have an expected end, what will we say about what we should be doing and what we should have done and what was important? I think the best thing we can do at the time that we have now is to take a deep breath for one, to forgive a lot of things, a lot of people for what they've done. At the same time, to see how we can make life better for everybody and to achieve more. You know? Let me turn the perspective a little bit, right? You see what we can do? I mean, to look up in the trees and see these trees are maybe older than I am. You know? Some of these things have been around longer than we have. Even some of the creatures and animals. We should not be staying in that point of thinking that there's nothing more to achieve, there's nothing better, there's nothing good to happen. It's just going to be a waste to get in there and just be a banal, B-A-N-A-L, banal type of life. We should be living forever, living for the good, living for making life better and more innovative and fun. That's what drives us, the hope to make things better and to get creative and innovative. You know, like those cicadas making their music out there, telling us it's a new day, they're happy, it's a new morning. God bless them too, it's a new day. I hear them. And every day I hear it, every day I can see it. I'm grateful now. I have my sight and hearing and my senses. And some people don't have everything there as they should, unfortunately. And I pray that God will give them the other compensatory senses to work out for it. You know? Meaning that there's joy in everything. If we look at it in the right perspective. There's joy even in hard work and sacrifice and labor. So for the hard working people that you have done in Japan and other countries, we acknowledge it. I see it. I appreciate it. I value it. And other countries, even here in America and everything else, a lot of hard work. Look at what Ford has done, GM and all these guys. And Christ, look at the pickup truck. Look at this stuff that's done. But when people try to steer you to tell you that everything has to be done their way, or one way, like a one-size-fits-all, it's not going to work. We're not designed to be a one-size-fits-all. We're designed to love God and to ask questions, to question things, and to worship our Creator, not the created things. We are not meant to be slaves to anybody else, or to be slaves at all. We're meant to be servants one to another. We're meant to be loving and kind and forgiving, and as I said, we're meant to be patriotic or patriots of heaven. We're meant to be good people and good, just good overall, good with spreading good vibes. We're not meant to suffer and die. We're not meant to be like that. We're meant to live forever. And to spread joy and happiness and to enjoy our time and our days and to eat and to be merry and to be happy and to, but without sinning and doing things that will destroy ourselves and destroy our livelihoods and our health. So I just say, please, just hit me and just encourage one another, encourage each other. And this is a bit of an update. Hopefully this whole thing will get up and running soon with the internet. I'm trying to get as much videos and stuff out there, trying to get as much of the shirts and stuff ready to go. And again, it'll be, it's a first time thing. It may not be perfect. But not to give up. I'm trying to make it better. So I said, please work with us, be patient with us, help us to get it together. How are we going to keep trying to make it better and better? That's the point of innovation. Do the best I can with the time I have, and when it's time comes, pass it on to the next person to do the best he or she can. Okay? We're humans helping humans. And I believe by the time God comes back, we'll do a lot of things. We'll make a lot of things. We'll make him proud. And we need to. Because I want a piece of the next life. I want a piece of heaven. I want it for you too. So we got to get to heaven. You know? As this same green pool, as I always tell you guys, this same green pool which was once green like pea soup is coming back. Now, it looks cloudy now. Just because I overdid it. I added a little too much acid to try to bounce back a pH from being too high, and I overdid the acid. But thank goodness Leslie's Pool has given me some more stuff to make it again. So I've added some more soda ash and other stuff to bring it back, to bring the pH back. So it's getting there. It's getting back. So it's cloudy, but I need to understand it's cool. It's a work in progress. Just like our lives. We add and do things to our life thinking that everything will be work. This will be the perfect thing, and it may not work. This will be the perfect wife, the perfect husband. It may not work. Perfect. You think your kids are perfect, everything good. It may not work. What you gonna do about it? That's just life. Not because it's a random chance, but it's just that we have to take a chance. We have to. We must. Else you never see what could happen, what can be good out of it. When we see things wrong, we try to correct it. Okay? That remind me. We watched a video 2 days ago. We watched this thing, Gran Turismo. Very interesting lesson and thing in that. People trying to follow their dreams. Gran Turismo. For concept, an idea of Nissan and these testing of these people playing doing those consoles, gamers and stuff. And I'm like, you gamers, you guys got a lot of skills, a lot of talents. A lot of skills. What a beautiful color. You got a lot of skills, and I'm like, harness it, man. You can do a lot of things. So if you're gonna make it, let's make things that are pure, holy, good, that won't defile the mind, destroy your body and everything else, and won't mislead anybody. Things that uplift and build it and make it stronger. So you don't have to get addicted to the bad stuff. Why nobody gets addicted to carrots and broccoli and good food and stuff? Why somebody get addicted to painting a house and to doing good things, to building chairs and stuff? Why nobody's addicted to those things? We always get addicted to the bad stuff. Let's change it up a little bit. Let's get addicted to good. Let's get addicted to love and good things and good qualities. Let's get addicted to loving life and to loving people. Let's get addicted to that, okay? Let's do something different, okay? So Matty B, depending on what you want to call it, Matiby LLC is coming. By the grace of God, it's coming. And I'm getting very excited about it. I'm going to be toned down in my energy right now because I ain't sleep much last night. I told you I've been up there trying to make videos, trying to make the shirts and design them. But I'm having fun. I'm having fun in the process. So I took a nap and rested in between. Now I'm having fun with this. This is like a dream come true. And I'm like, listen, as I said, it's never too old to try something. It's never too old to reinvent yourself. So I'm going to try by the grace of God. I'm trying to have fun doing it too. God give me strength. I'm not done. And I'm not stopping. I'm going to go till God says, I got something else for you. And I said, okay, cool. All right, take care, you guys. Love you.